Hello everybody and welcome, I'm Walla and tonight I'm going to be playing some Kerbal Space Program. Now as usual I'll be recording this live stream and it'll be uploaded onto my YouTube channel sometime after the stream is ended, so of course if you are watching this at a later time, do be sure to like and subscribe if you do enjoy what you see. Now I've got to say I'm looking forward to this. I'm not very good at the game, but doesn't mean I'm not going to give it a good try, and hopefully we can get some help and tips and stuff from the herd, so let's get the game loaded. Hey Nubus, how's it going? CO, suit stream! You're CO, but you'll say Nubus. Yeah. I thought I'd keep wearing I wore the suit earlier, and I thought, well, there's no point in changing out of it. Might as well just wear it and stream it. Although I always end up with bad back streaming it because it makes me sit up straight and not relax. But, okay, right, so, let's get comfortable. Somehow. I don't know how. Let's start a new game. We'll do career, and we'll call our save the Herd. Our flag will be... Let's see what flags we've got. Oh, I need to turn down the game sound. Already have. How does it sound on your end? It sounds really loud on my end. But let me know what it sounds like your end. I'm just going to look through these flags and see if there's anything. Thank you, Sierra. Do you know what? I'm going to use this picture. It looks to be a good picture. Right. So, what is Kerbal Space Program? Well, for those of you that don't know, I'm in charge of the Kerbal Space Program. Kerbal is the planet we're on, I believe. I can't. Can I? There we go, there's our planet. And the Kerbals are the people, this is the planet. I guess the planet's called Kerbal. This is our solar system. Oh, Kerbin is the planet's name. And the idea is, I have to go explore. Get out there. And because it's mostly realistic... wait, do we have two moons? Minmus and Mun. The Mun. I guess that's another moon. Two moons. Because it's sort of realistic and I can't just literally go, right, that's it. I'm going to go fly to... Elu. I need to figure out how to fly. So, what we'll work on first of all is figuring out how to orbit Kerbin. So how do we do that? Well, we ignore the graphical glitches and we basically do some test flights. We've got to do some science. Okay, so command pod. I have played this a little bit, so I know roughly what I'm kind of maybe sort of not really doing. So our Kerbals go inside the command pod. I've just put on top a parachute. I literally don't have a lot of anything to start off with, so I kind of need to research stuff. So literally, for the first off, I'm going to reduce the thrust to 65. It's literally, starting off, it's just going to be playing around. Now what I will do is stick on oh, have you seen our mission flag? That's like our mission flag, isn't it brilliant? Do I have some kind of budget limit? I do. You can't see it, it's behind my down here. At the moment I got 25,000 I'm just gonna call it funds. Quite sure what to call it. First ship. No, we'll call it Herd 1. Herd 1. The Herd's first space rocket. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see if there's any contracts. We get contracts and things to do stuff. And then you get rewards, you get money, science, and reputation. As you can see, I've got no science at the moment, and I got 25,000. So let's have a look. So, give us a quick crew report before launching. It's fine if any of the lights of the control panel are flashing, just give it a swift kick. So we'll take that one. I don't want to overshoot because like I don't want this one to disappear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept this one, launch our first vessel. So I'd like to officially start off the space program with a bang, a very controlled bang preferably. So then what I'll do, I'll come back and accept these two, hopefully. Escape the atmosphere and then orbit Kerbin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure this spacecraft doesn't go very far at all. In fact, I'll give it hardly any fuel. Because the idea is I just literally want it to get off the ground. That way then I've launched a rocket and I'll also do crew report. So let's launch it. So it's a basic ship, it's got solid fuel engine on it. Solid fuel engine, once it's lit you can't unlight it and it will fly until it runs out of fuel. So here we go. So first things first, I need to do a crew report. So up here, gather scientific data from Kerbin. So go. I've done a crew report from the launch pad, and that'll get me 1.5 science. And then launch. Oh, I screwed up. I screwed up. I think that Kerbal might die. No? Okay. We're safe. I didn't change the staging. I took off with my parachute out. That could have ended in tears if I put more fuel in that. That would have ended in tears. Why did that not recover or transmit any science experiment? Oh, okay. So I just got to recover it. So that was our first flight. It was very anticlimactic, if you will, but we did it in the name of science. So I'll keep changing herd 1, I'll upgrade it. So once it lands, speed up the time. Once it lands, we'll change it, make it more powerful. Do I have a limited amount of Kerbals? I'll show you my staff. At the moment you can see the pilot. You can go in their view, they can see stuff. I don't know if that actually does anything. But yeah, that's the pilot. You can tell his expression on how much he's enjoying the flight. At the moment he's kind of like, oh yeah, this is nice. Just, you know, floating down slowly. I've got 5 members of staff at the moment. Cover space vessel. Recovered parts you get a bit of money back for. So I got a recovery of a vessel that survived the flight, 5 science, and crew report from launch pad, 1.5 science, which we knew we were getting. And I get money back for those parts because they didn't explode or anything. And Jebediah Kerman is ready for his next assignment. So you asked about staff. Astronaut complex. I'm allowed 5 staff. I've got 4 at the moment. I've got 2 pilots, an engineer and a scientist. They've all got a courage and stupidity rating, and then they've got the actual skill for themselves. So I'm not going to hire anyone else because at the moment my spaceships can only have 1 crew member. It's going to be a pilot. I'm not going to send a scientist in a pilot seat. They'll be able to fly it, but the pilots allow you to have extra options and that as they level up. So we go back to here. Those 2 contracts are now completed, and I've unlocked more. But I'm going to accept escape the atmosphere, and I want to orbit Kerbin, I think. Flee solid fuel. See, some of these are actually quite I don't know what the word is. Not complicated. I mean, I've got to have a particular solid fuel booster in Kerbin. I need to be flying between 40 to 47,000 meters at a certain speed, and I'm trying to get that speed and stuff. It's a little bit difficult, I think. But if I work on getting orbit, I'll get 6 science. and 48,000. I get a little bit in advance, and I get the rest later on. So I'm now up to 107,000. I had 25,000 a minute ago. Launch one ship, boom, done. Right, so let's change this. Oh, actually, I don't want to change that. I want to upgrade my science. Now, I don't know if I went wrong last time. Now, the decoupler. So this is the science tree. I earn science from doing stuff, and I can unlock stuff. So, rocketry, I get some engines and some fuel, liquid engine, and liquid fuel. I also need the decoupler, so that's 5. So let's unlock that. Let's unlock that. Now, that would be important to get. Sure about that one yet. And I'll also want that as well. I definitely want, there's somewhere is, there we are. So I don't know if I need them. Right, so I'm not the best at this, so there will be a lot of dying and death and explosions. So let's get rid of that. So I'm always going to keep the parachute on top. Fuel. So now what I'm going to do... I'm going to try and get in the atmosphere. So like low orbit kind of thing. So that's fuel, and then that's the engine that will use the fuel. These here are boosters, which just give you that extra bit of oomph, but then you kind of get rid of them after a while. Although what I'm going to do first is this. What is the thing down left? You have to be a bit more specific. Down here, the number that's going up, that's the, what you see there is the cost of the ship. That's what it's going to cost me to launch. So as I add things on, price goes up. I've also got the weight down here, 4.2 tons. I've got a maximum of 18 tons, so I can't just build a massive spaceship. Eventually, like my launch pad now will get better, and I can launch bigger and better ships. But at the moment, I can't do much in the way of amazing things. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add on a thermometer. I'm going to add on a mystery goo. So these are science experiments, which I'll then do for extra science in the spacecraft. But when you do a science experiment, so for example, if I take a temperature of what the temperature is in the atmosphere, so on the launch pad, I can't take another one on the launch pad on another flight and still get science, because I've already done it. We're not learning anything new. I reckon actually what I'm going to do is add another fuel. Might not be. Might be okay. Right. And then I'm going to sort out staging. Oh, wrong button. Nope, now I've got that all the wrong way round. Right. So staging, I know you can't really see it, but this is how the order of things happen, and I trigger it with the spacebar. So stage 2, and it goes in higher number towards lower. So stage 2, I'll fire the rockets. Stage 1, I'll decouple, and then stage 0, I'll do parachute. Hey, Cadenzra. Thank you very much. And yes, you're late. Terrible. So let's see what happens with this. Let's launch it. We'll still keep it herd 1 because I haven't drastically changed it. When it gets to the point where I'll have different ships for different things, then I'll come up with different names. So, this little beauty. The idea for this little beauty is to get in low atmosphere. So I don't want to get in orbit. I don't want to come in orbit. Excuse me. I just want to kind of get it up there, you know? I'm also going to take the temperature. Okay, so I got 2.4 science. That's if I get it back safely. 1.7 if I transmit it. So you get less if you transmit the results, but you can guarantee you get the results. Whereas I'm hoping to get this back in one piece. I'm going to have a look at what the mystery goo is. I get 3 science for that. Those explosion markers were there already. And hey Ragnar, how's it going? Now I'm not flying this at the moment, I probably should. Down here, you can see my fuel dropping. That's when my engine's going to cut out. Keeping an eye on the temperature, the altitude. Also, Ragnar, you'll probably be much better at this than I. Kind of. Oh shit. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I nearly flipped it. Right, so there you go. I've just changed stage, so there we go. There goes my engine. I don't need it anymore. Wait, why is my engine overtaking me? That's not right. So now I'm just free falling, which is cool. Now I'm going to trigger the last stage, but I've programmed my parachute to deploy at certain pressure. My parachute will deploy at 2,000 meters, but then it'll fully deploy at 1,000 meters, and then I'll float the last 1,000 meters down into the darker bit. Is that a whale? So, for those of you just joining, we're currently trying to figure out how to get into space. As in, our Kerbals are trying to figure it out. We're at the start, and we're experimenting with ships. Jebediah Kerman is kind of indifferent. I know it's not a whale. I don't know what it was. I'm falling pretty fast. I hope my parachute opens. Now. Oh shit. Oh, thank God for that. I didn't think it was going to deploy. You control the rocket? Yes, I do. I mean, there's no point in me controlling it at the moment because, I mean, I can rock, but I don't want to accidentally cut the parachute. That's where we're going. Hey, it looks like the Death Star with that sort of thing up there. That was terrible. But yeah, I fly the rocket myself, but eventually when my pilot becomes good enough, I can kind of get him to do like the gist of stuff, like he'll be able to do things for me. Hello, Ramses. But at the moment, I kind of have to do it all myself. So, it's kind of scary. I'm terrible at getting in orbit. I like the tutorial. I do it on the tutorial and follow it exactly because I get a little marker on my nav ball to follow, and I do it perfectly. I don't burn up leaving the atmosphere or anything. And I come to doing it for me, and I can't do it. I don't know if it's because I got different stuff. Because in the tutorial, you got more advanced kit. So, because I took a temperature scan of the launch pad and did the mystery goo observation, we got a bit of science. And I got money back for most of the parts I got back. No, the engine and stuff that got discharged into the sea, we don't get that back. But, you know, I did science. So how's the suit? It's suity. I don't know how to answer that. It's a suit. So hopefully I didn't escape the atmosphere. Shit. Okay, that's fine. Oh, 70,000 meters. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I reckon we need more oomph. Right, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to limit the thrust. So I won't go up as much, but I won't burn as much fuel, so ideally I'll be burning for longer. Bit of ass how's the game, but the Supposed to go with the generic question. Okay. Well, the game is fun. Actually, what I'm gonna... Oh, I can't. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Because I just did some science. Oh, I'm an idiot. Nice pairing a tie with a shirt. I like this tie. I like this tie. It's my favourite tie. My favourite tie I own. Right. I think I need... Ah, 2 science short. Well, 1.3. Okay, I need to do another flight. I want to get side couplings. Okay. Well, what I'll do then... give that a go. See what happens with more fuel. See what happens with more fuel. Imagine being Elon Musk and put your Tesla in space. Tesla, I don't know. Alright, take care, MCs. Right. I'm gonna make it so I can't get an orbit. I mean, I don't have enough fuel, I don't think, to get an orbit. But I'm gonna make sure I leave the atmosphere in a manner. Only on 5,000? I need those boosters, man. I'm going to do mystery goo and log a temperature and crew report. So hopefully I get some science and go for that. I hope nothing explodes. See, I think I kind of got the angle a bit wrong. Red means your rocket is burning up. Yeah, I kind of guessed that with all the fire. Don't know whether it's like at the angle or the speed or what it is that I'm doing wrong. Hey, I'm nearly at 70,000. I don't think I'll get there. Is there a death? There's always a death counter in place. I haven't got it on stream because I can't get it working on stream ever since I put Albert on the internet. But yeah, it's always in place. The usual commands. Am I going to hit 70,000? I've hit 60,000. Traveling at 930 meters per second, but it's slowing down. I might actually make it. 70,000. On you beauty. Come on, do 70,000 for me. Come on, herd one. You can do it. You can do it. Yes. I'm now officially in space. But as you can see, my trajectory... I'm gonna go back in the sea. If I still had fuel and stuff, I could have kept an orbit. So I'm now actually in space. But it's fine. I'm still climbing. Anyone stream plays before? I don't know if Ragnar has, but Turbolenta has. I don't know if she's about today, but I know she's played a lot of it. Waffles has played it. Alright, I'm just going to speed up the game time. I was in space, yes. I was in space, but I didn't maintain my orbit, so I got an altitude of about... I think we got about 76,000. what's exploding? Oh no, my temperature. My thermometer's going to explode. Actually, maybe if I go to... It's fine. I don't know what that noise is. What was that? That was a bit disconcerting. It's fine. I never claimed to know what I was doing anyway. However, I escaped the atmosphere. So now all I need to do is orbit Kerbin. So hopefully with my science I can unlock a few things and then achieve orbit. I know how to do it. Without... on my normal game I got a Kerbin stranded. Wait, what? No! Shit. That's a thing. Is that a death? I don't know. I can technically rewind time. Sorry, I'm rewinding time. So no death. Jebediah is perfectly fine. He is there. Look, there he is. Look. He's there. There he is. Look. And this is his second flight. Yay. But you can count that cadenza as a we'll call it a whoopsie-daisy. Call it a whoopsie-daisy. Right, so I'm going to log a temperature while flying, re-report while flying, and mystery goo while flying. Death CTR. Death counts as CTR. And then INCR for increase, yeah. You're almost there, you just had a CNT CTR. I forgot to engage parachute! How did I forget to engage parachute, man? Right, I'm going to engage parachute now, so I don't forget to do it in a minute. I was too busy talking. You watch. We won't hit 70,000 now, will we? Hey, Domino. I don't know. I won't know until Friday. Well, I'm travelling at a decent speed. I hope I'm travelling at fast enough speed. Might have screwed it up. And then I'm going to prepare for re-entry. I think I wowed the interviewers. Yeah, I would like to say I did. Don't think I'm going to make it. Slowing down quite quick. Although I might make it. I've still got a good vertical speed. I'll make it easy. And 70,000. I got 77,000. Zoom out. Yeah, I'm gonna land there, give or take, in the sea. Domino will get me the job plus increased pay. I've already negotiated pay with them. Can't go any higher. I don't know whether the apoapsis is always accurate, whether that would always be the highest point. Because as you're travelling, it's always changing. So it won't necessarily tell me what I'll peak at. And my parachute is currently deployed, awaiting to hit the correct. The job is secret, I'm afraid. It's working for Her Majesty. Can't go into any more details. Hence the suit. Parachute deployed! And it'll start slowing me down. But it'll fully deploy at 1,000 meters. I kind of asked it to deploy earlier. Should be good. And there we go. Exactly. That's exactly what I'll be doing. Now, it'll be working for a contract company. Works with local government. Debt collecting. Ringing up people, asking them to pay their bills. Okay. Come on. I don't like speeding up time when doing the fine-tuning stuff because the game warns you bad stuff might happen with the game running quick. And I did have a parachute not deploy once. It deployed like really late and I just plummeted into the ground. Got the game running quick. I don't know whether it was my fault. I blamed the speeding up time. Then I called it, yeah, probably. It did say I'll follow a strict protocol, so I don't know what that means. Right, so we successfully did a thing. Recovery of a vessel after a suborbital... Oh, I can't even English. Recovered a flight after crashing and did other stuff. My 3 science experiments. So now I've got enough science, so hopefully... Good. Right, I need another one that looks simple. Test Mark 12-R radio mount drogue chute. I don't have that yet. TR-18A decoupler stack. I might be able to do that. Oh. TR-18A, TR-18A. Hang on, TR-18A. Yeah, I'll do that. In flight, yeah? Ah, certain speeds. Oh, yeah, that's easy. I'll do that. At a certain altitude. Should be able to do that. Everyone when I get back from lunch. Second time today. Second time you had lunch? Alright, well, it's a shame your computer crashed. That is Jebediah's name, yes. And I should be here when you get back. Okay, I'll prove it. Astronaut Complex. Jebediah Kerman. I got Bill Kerman, Bob Kerman, and Valentina Kerman. Are they all Kermans? That is one big-ass family. One on the planet's called Kerman. Kerman. Nice to meet you, Kerman. Hi, I'm Bob. I've also got Mortimer Kerman in finance, Linus Kerman in science, Walt Kerman in public relations, and Gus Kerman in operations. What I really want to do. Actually, I might do that. It takes 5 science, 5% funds income, yields 1 science for each 12,000 I make. Science does get a bit tricky to get later on. I'll do that. Lemio Hodman, that rings a bell. Right. Did I unlock anything? I don't think I did I? From Last Airbender. Oh yeah, that's why it rang a bell. Right, so should I unlock? So I'll unlock that. I don't think I'll unlock that yet. That's... I'll also want that. The fuel tank. Actually, I'm going to get that as well. Oh, it's 45 research. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I need to test the decoupler, which is the thing there. But I've also just unlocked some new stuff. I don't remember what I've just unlocked, but I've unlocked stuff. So now what I want to do is... Ah, yes, I know what I've unlocked. Get rid of them. Boosters! Side decouplers. Sure, I'm gonna go crazy. No. I'm not. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it a go. Let's try something crazy. This might be a bit too radical. Oh, that was wrong button. Oh, stop it. I'm well within my weight limit. Cool. And then we'll go hammer. Oh, we're over. Okay. Okay. Still over? Shit, I'm over by a lot. Alright. Still a lot, eh? I don't think that's going to make a difference, is it? Still over? Damn, this fuel thing's weigh a lot. What am I using at the moment? The swivel or the Reliant? I think I'm using the swivel. There's not a massive amount of difference, is there? Right, I'll tell you what. This ain't going to work, is it? Right, so I'm going to limit their thrust. That's still limited. Okay. Aerodynamics. I want to put a cap on them. Still right. Engines fire. They decouple. Wait, why have I got a decoupler there? That makes no sense. Oh, I know what I was trying to do. I was trying to go for orbit. I don't think I got enough at the moment. Right, so let's do this. Let's do this. See what happens. So I'm looking, I'm not going to go in orbit just yet. I am looking to reach an altitude of 44 to 48 at set speeds. I reckon it's doable. Slow. Oh, that's why everything's slow. That wasn't turned on. Why wasn't that turned on? I screw up something? Make it, am I? I'm gonna have to leave them all on because I got run tests. I gotta test the doodars. 44,000. It's just dead weight now. And I ain't got enough fuel. It's fine. I'm in that stage. And we're drifting. By we reach 44,000. I should meet the speed requirement. There we go, and then... Oh, it's stacked decoupler. There we go. Oh no! I derped. Hang on. No, I thought it was the rockets that was, I thought it was the rockets I needed to test. The boosters, it wasn't. It was the decoupler. I'm an idiot, basically. I gotta test the decoupler. I thought I had to test the boosters, but it's not. It's that thing there. I gotta test at a certain height. What made me think it was the boosters? I don't know. So I can get rid of the boosters as soon as they're dead. Yeah, I know they needed a detach Ragnar, but I thought I was doing, as I say, a science experiment on them. That's why I left them intact, attached intact. Oh, what? I'm running out of normal fuel already. I'm going up way too quick. Oh, no. Where are you going? Right, I need to keep attached because I now need to test that when I hit 44,000. I'm on 44,000. There we go. Test done. And I can now slowly drift. Am I in, what sort of altitude have I got? Oh, wrong button. Reserve mystery goo. Log temperature. Science. Cool. How high am I going to get? 88,000? Bloody hell, that was easy. So a lot of it at the moment is just playing around, experimenting in science. And someone's retweeted me, apparently. My parachute has been deployed. So my overall goal is still to orbit Kerbin. But once I orbit Kerbin, I've got to work on... So look at Jebediah, he's having so much fun. Yeah, this is great! Plummeting at 1,100 meters per second. Towards the Earth. Oh, please don't blow up. I think he's kind of happy. I've never seen them scared. Even when they're panicking. Ah, I didn't know that button was a thing. Well, I guess the split second before they realise I haven't told them to deploy their parachute is like, oh shit, splat. And then they're obliterated into smithereens. I got full bars. Full bars. That's pretty good going. I don't know if it's important. Eventually, I'll be able to intercept asteroids and set up space stations and have satellites and all that sort of cool stuff. It'll take getting there, and I'll have space planes and shit like that. At the moment, I'm just trying to figure out how to get to space. We dream of putting a moose on the moon. No, space planes. Instead of rockets, I can make a plane. That's why I got a giant runway next to my my base. I wouldn't know what you'd call it. So, because I've now done that, I should get some science for it as well. I'll show you. It's about there. Yeah, there it is. Right, so I've got quite a nice chunk of science. Bunny. There you go, my runway. It's for space plane hangar. I'm thinking I'll get that next. Just because it'll make my life easier. So that would be kind of cool to get. But no, I think the engine will be better. Right. Oh no, I don't want to go here yet. I want to go to my admin building. Mission control. Is there anything else I can test? Test RT5 as there we go, look, there's the two things. Test Mark 16 parachute and fly over Kerbin. So I'll test it between 5 and 10,000 parachute. So I don't know how to get that sort of speed. Oh, what's active? Oh, orbit Kerbin. Alright, let's try and... trying to think how to get that sort of speed again. 150 meters per second at 44 to 49,000. That's quite... I'll have to go up slowly, I think. Let's try the parachute. No, let's try the... I don't know. What are 3 science? Alright, let's try the rocket. Let's try the rocket. So I'm going to take off the boosters. I'm doing these because it gives me science points, and I'm in my actual normal game, I'm stuck for science. Alright, I want the swivel rocket. It's that one. I'm gonna inhibit thrust limit by 50, and I'll give it enough fuel. Right. I reckon. Accidentally minimized the game. Come back. Ooh, I got better fuel tanks. don't know if they make me lighter or not. I think they weigh about the same. Alright, the other ones weigh slightly more. Music reminds you of Sims, does it? I guess. Right, I'm gonna go up slowly. I'm gonna go up on half throttle, I think. Right, I need to get to 44,000 meters at a speed of... ...100... 50, 280 meters per second. Trying to keep it straight as well. I don't want it to bloody flip it on me. Wow, I'm almost bloody halfway through my fuel already. And I'm going way too fast. Kill me engines as soon as I get to about 43-ish, I guess. 40. Unless I'm doing this wrong, unless I should go in with more thrust and then... kill the engines when I get to about 20,000. $20,000's a bit quick. Just gently, gently. Oh, I'm nearly out of fuel though. Watching this very carefully. I know this might be a bit boring for you guys, I'm sorry. Still learning this game though. There'll be lots of death, I imagine. Right, I reckon that's probably enough. I'm on 30,000 meters and I'm still going way too quick. It's definitely... It's a good game, but it's difficult, I think. Much too complicated for my simple mind. Alright, I reckon we're good. Oh, we're falling. And I'm out of fuel. Okay, that was a fail. Either a stage 2 rocket or maybe more fuel. I mean, I could add a stage 2 rocket, but I think at this point, I'm not planning on leaving orbit, so I reckon we'll give that a go. I don't know whether to just like go straight out of the bat, full throttle. I'll go full throttle until about 10,000 maybe. I want to keep mostly vertical rather than going sideways. know enough about physics to... I want altitude, rather than trying to get a neat, nice, sensible orbit. I'll kill it at 20,000. I'm burning up. I got a bit too quick on that one. So 10,000 meters to get, but I need to drop. Oh, wrong speed. Actually, I might be good. Right, got the altitude. Just now need the speed to drop. Hey, wolves. Unless... It's, I need to lose some altitude. Ah, I had the speed but not the altitude. Done. Done, done, done. Do the experiments, but I don't think I've got any new experiments. Right, let's get rid of you. It's coming for a landing. On phone, so you're real quiet, but you're watching it on. I am watching, I'm on hold. On hold? Okay. So that was a success. Bit more money, bit extra science. And I think now I'll actually have enough stuff to try and get into orbit. So let's give that a go. But I got to get into orbit, and I got to make sure I got enough fuel to come home. Yeah, I think I need a flipping. Oh no, that should be alright. They're that annoying. Or music interrupted by the your call is annoying. Yeah, those things are annoying. Your call is important to us. Please hold for 20 minutes. While we put you in connection to a doctor. It's like, what? Yeah, but I is so happy. I can't get him to exit his spaceship. He won't exit. But just exit. Take a walk. Warning. Watch something open. No voice, just really loud, horrible, peaceful music. I remember my phone company had a song that was known at the time in the charts. I can't remember what song it was, but it was annoying because I always had to be on the phone to like speak to my phone company. So I ended up testing that song. Good stuff. Come on, come in for landing. Splash. Right, so let us unlock something and try and get into space. Didn't get much science, wasn't expecting it. Right. I want this one for the rocket and the fuel tank. So, I'm going to keep a slot free because in a minute I might be able to get another mission. Right, let's scrap the rocket. So, I've now got fuel tank. Let's have 2. Let's do not a coupling, engine. Put you on. Do I limit you? I kind of want to limit you. I'll leave you. I'm gonna leave you. I then want a coupling. Oop. And then I want some fuel. Am I under my weight limit? Oh, I've got tons of room at the moment. And then I'm going to put in a swivel. And then I want 4 couplings. This might go horribly wrong. And then I want 4 hammers. This is where I find out I'm over my weight limit. No! Fine. 4 fleas on. Wait. I think I'm an idiot. It's not 4 at all. It's 2. Does it matter what Kerbal goes into space? You ideally, well, at the start you want your pilots. Eventually, when you've got like 3 seaters, you'll send in a scientist and an engineer as well as your pilot. Your pilot will fly. The reason, I'll show you when I'm on the flight screen why you want a pilot. Overweight? What? Alright, alright, alright. Let's try this then. I know I go in with 4 boosters. Pretty sure I do. Right. Limit the thrust on you to 65. Limit the thrust on you to 50. I've already done it. Right, let's give this a go. So, I've got a pilot in, because a pilot is trained in piloting. My current pilot is Jebediah. He hasn't got any stars, although he is in a pilot skill. When I turn on SAS, a menu here appears. At the moment, he's only got stability assists, so as I fly, he helps keep the ship stable for me. Just want to rotate that. As he levels up, he comes up with more and more options. And then eventually I can plot courses for him, and then he'll do like most of the flying. Whereas at the moment, I got to do it all. Right, Jebediah, we're going to get you in space. Off we go. Surface bow. Start changing our angle. Slowly, slowly, slowly to 70. Keep an eye on my fuel gauges for my boosters. So far, so good. Start heading towards 50. And when I'm on 50, I should run out of fuel on my boosters. 30 degrees. I'll hold on 30 degrees until I'm ready to change engines again. Might burn up a little bit. See, this is the part I don't know if I'm doing right or not. I might not be necessarily doing it right. Might want less power in the engine. Let's put it on 20 degrees. Let's swap modes. Keeping an eye on fuel. So I'm now going for orbit. This is my trajectory. Fuel is holding up nicely. I reckon we're going to do it. I reckon we're going to do it. It's not quite pretty, but I think we've done it. Right, kill engines now. I'll do it a bit further. Right, engines are dead. Right, now I need to wait until I get to apoapsis. Apoapsis, I don't know how to pronounce these words, but I now got to wait until I'm there, and then I'll thrust prograde, which is this green dial here. And then that will put out the rest of my orbit. So let's speed up the game time. Slow it down. Oh, get back into position. Let's wait. And full burn. Done. We're in orbit! And I got plenty of fuel to get back to Earth. And look how happy Jebediah is. He is in orbit and he is over the moon. So now let's get him to do a report. We'll test what the mystery goo is doing, and I will also take a temperature. Go. I'm not worried about falling because I know he's in orbit. So now we can leave him there. Have I been able to do that before streaming it? I have done it, but the first time I successfully got into orbit, I ran out of fuel, and Jebediah is now doomed to orbit Kerbin forever. I have since had other ships, but that was my first go. That actually went better than my other attempts. That's my best one yet. So I've now completed the get in orbit. So now there should be one to come back. So I've now got a mission to come back. I'm going to take the parachute and hopefully I'm going to see if I can get some extra science from the parachute. Right. So let's bring him home. So now we go to our tracking center. Because we're not on the mission, we've got to go to our tracking center. And this allows me to track all and any objects that I've got, basically. So let's track Herd 1 and take over the controls. So now I want to come back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait. Actually, I could do it now. It won't hurt too much. So let's reduce our periapsis until it hits 20,000. There we go. Done. I'm now on a re-entry course. I will get rid of Hopefully I don't burn up on entry. There is a way to do it and I can't remember. That should be good. I didn't burn up too much. Welcome back. So I've just reduced my periapsis to, I brought it to about 20,000, within 20,000. It is reducing now because I am on a re-entry course. Now I'm definitely happy I'm on a re-entry course. What I'm going to do is spin round. No, that is the way I'm heading. So I'm heading this way, so what I'm going to do is get rid of my dead weight. I don't want that making me fall faster. I will also have you... Let's change angles. Hopefully that doesn't just blow up because it's got valuable data. So I can either risk it for 8 science or transmit. I can't transmit, I've got an antenna. So either I get 8 science or I don't. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, it's gonna blow up. Well, never mind. 8 science gone. I'll do it again. Am I going to lose that? 4.2. 10 science? Am I going to lose 10 science? I think I am. I think our Mr. Goo's holding. Oh, Mr. Goo held. So we got 10 science for that. So we only lost 8 science. Okay, that's not too bad. I can get it back. And I'll have 5 science. For the crew report. I can get heat shielding. It adds weight and things at the moment. I haven't got it on. Look at Jebediah. He's like, ah. I can get heat shielding. Oh yeah, I'm doing... When I hit 5,000, I need to test the parachute. Hit 10,000 with the right speed. Doesn't give me an option to test. Why does it not give me the option to test? Unless I just need to successfully land. No, it didn't go green. Back to on hold, that sucks. Yeah, I lost my temperature gauge. Jebediah's come back from being in orbit for like 2 minutes. And parachute will deploy. And it will slow us down. Welcome home, Jebediah. Welcome home. You sit down on land? It depends on what you bring back. Like, you can do... Well, I mean, I'm only doing a water landing because that's just where I did my trajectory. That's just where I ended up. You can have land landings. It's just this is where I'm ending up. Like when I want to land on the moon and stuff, I'll obviously want to land intact with rockets to allow me to take off and come back. So I'll make sure I come with enough kit and things. Like I had a 2-stage rocket then to get me in orbit and had enough fuel to come back. I'll be doing like that sort of thing. So there we go. I get all the science for that. Look. Brilliant. The parachute thing didn't do it. That's annoying. See, now there's one to explore the moon. I don't know how to get there. This is the point I'm at now. Is how the hell do I get to the moon and back? I don't actually remember how to do it. Okay, I'll tell you what, because I'm actually going to do this every now and again. I'm going to save the game. And I'm going to exit. It's because there's mechanics and stuff that I can't quite remember. So I'm going to go to training and click on to the mun, right? Because I have done these tutorials, but I can't quite remember it. Because the trouble is, so here we go. I'm just going to skip through this. See, now, I'm heading, which way am I heading? Because my pilot is high enough level, I can actually get him to plan maneuvers for me. Retrograde is... Prograde, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I need an intercepting course, if I remember rightly. If I remember rightly, I need an intercepting. Ah, there we go. See, there we go. See, now I've just planned an intercepting course. With all these lines and stuff, but my pilot isn't good enough to allow me to do that, so I've got to try and figure it out by eye. And the trouble is, if I do it wrong, I'll end up missing the moon. But I'll show you how this works. So at the moment, the blue line is my actual orbit. I've screwed that up. Let's try that again, shall we? Still on course. That'll work. Okay. Alright, 60... 30... 39 seconds. Okay. Full burn, 39 seconds. Right, so now what I'm doing, the blue line will start changing. And the idea behind it is that I'll end up with an intercepting course, the moon, and then I'll end up in the moon's gravity pull, and then it'll pull me into orbit with that. So I'm not flying in a beeline for the moon, I'm changing my orbit for it. Now, my apoapsis is slowly growing, and it basically will do that. But then when it gets like that, I will then be pulled in by the moon. So it's telling me I'll end up in the moon's orbit there. But I've then also got to then control my burn and things as I get in, otherwise I'll just end up slingshotting off of the moon's orbit and I'll end up there. So I've got to be careful. So as you can see now, this is growing. There we go. So now I'm on an intercepting course of the moon. I can cancel that maneuver. So there you go. So that's now telling me on an intercepting course. So if I then speed up the game. Well, I know if you lay down, you won't be back. I want to make sure I start. Basically, I want to warp to there. This would have took like 6 hours real life. Yeah. Alright. Well, if you do go lay down, enjoy your nap. If you go for coffee, you should get tea instead. Right, so 1 minute 30, so let's warp to there. See, the trouble is, I've got a ship here. I don't know how. Go into space in the first place. It's 3 engines. Right, hang on then. Periapsis is there. So I'm not actually orbiting the moon at the moment. I'm going to overshoot. So what I need to do, I need to burn retrograde at periapsis. Okay, that makes sense. So then that should then start. There we go. So there we go. So that's how I do it, right? Okay. See, now I only know that because I got all the computers, so to speak, to help me with it, but well, enjoy your nap. We'll see in a bit. So, how the hell do I get a rocket? And so I need to get a rocket in orbit. And then I've... See, I don't know how this would work without having my... What do you reckon, Ragnar, if you're still around? Should I wait until like Kerbals are able to add maneuvers? Actually, I might be able to add maneuver. Let me get a Kerbal into space. Let me get a Kerbal into space. Launch pad. We'll launch another herd one with Kertmin. Right, so we'll do the same again. I'll get it into space, and then I'll see what sort of controls I've got. So let's slowly... I got my SAS on. Oh, he's leveled up, so I can now do prograde and retrograde with him. Cool. Can I do maneuvers? If I can do maneuvers with prograde, that would be handy. Because that's what I need to get to the moon. Or at least moon's orbit. Let's start getting to 50. Hold it at 30. Let's change angle to 20. Then kill engines, activate that one. Right, let's stop there. So I'll get him to stay on prograde. Yeah, I can't. Well, actually, let me get in orbit first. Maybe because I'm not in orbit. Oh, crap. Alright. And full burn. This way. And I'm in orbit. No, I can't. I can't click. So how the hell would I... Unless I'm really good intelligently, I would... take that temperature, because I lost the temperature, didn't I? And I also still need... Got no test option, I don't get it. Why have I not got a test option? Don't know. Alright, let's wait until I'm at Apsis then. I'll burn my fuel. Oh, overshot. I got plenty. Right, I'm on a re-entry course. I might have to cancel that one then. I should have probably kept my engines on. Used what fuel I had left to enter slowly, rather than just ditching it. I wonder if he'll get any XP for this, because he hasn't technically learned anything, has he? And there goes my thermometer. Please don't blow up. Yes! Survived. 8 science for me. Can't remember if I deployed my parachute or not. The only option I got is to cut it, and I ain't cutting it. Denserus just missed out on the land landing. Oh well. I did say that there are some. Right. Well. It is hot in a suit, I can tell you that much. I still got a little bit of science from coming back from orbit. That's kind of cool. SpaceX just launched their rockets and Telstra is on its way to Mars. Oh, nice. No XP gain. Drats. Right now, enough to get, not that. That's all plain stuff. See, now I don't know what to get. Do I get the heat shields? And yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll get that. Then do I get the batteries? Or do I get the... those? Fuel tanks. It's 90 science. Right, what have I got active? That parachute. I'm gonna have to cancel that parachute. I think it might be bugged. I don't know. Fly by the Mun. Orbit the Mun. That I would love to do. I don't really. I'm wondering if I can try and do this. Like, if I'm there, the moon's there, I might be able to... Alright, I'm going to try this. This might end in tears. So let's get a rocket that has enough fuel and oomph. This might result in jeopardized death and demise. Trouble is, I'm right on the bloody cusp of weight limit. What could I do to make his journey a bit more? I mean, ideally, I'd like to give him more fuel. I can give him another fuel pod. Make me... That's over. Alright, what if I give him one of them? It's still over, okay. Small one then. Heat shields, antennas. I mean, I'd like to give him a heat shield. Where was that thermal? Oh, not over. Still over. Yeah. Right. I don't know whether you need top and bottom heat shield, but I'll just take. I'll give him the bottom one. And I'll fly in bottom down. Ah, sod it, I'm taking the heat shields off. He doesn't need them. And I won't take the science experiments. I'll give him an antenna though. If I can get him in orbit of back on Earth, Kerbin, then you can at least send his report if he's doomed. I don't think that's going to be enough. Don't think it's going to be enough. Give it a test, I guess. Let's test it. What's the worst that could happen? I don't think anyone's meant to answer that. I don't know if the prograde marker moves as I move, or if it's moving automatically. I think it's moving because I'm moving. probably... I don't know if this is right. I guess. Fuel's holding. Fuel looks good. Right, so I reckon that I want to be on... No, I want to be there. Alright. Right, this is pure science now. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm burning a fudge ton of fuel. And I'm not on an intercepting course. Well, it was worth a shot, I guess. Wait, I must be. No, I'm not. I see it. Yeah, I get it. Alright, let's come home. Let's bring him home. Whoops. Yeah, trying for the moon, I kind of screwed it up. I also need more fuel. You saw nothing. I wonder. Let's try that. See what happens with that. Crap, that was a terrible idea. It was dropping like a rock. And I turned far too soon. I'm wondering if I get an orbit. I wonder if I can do this by eye. Or if I'm... whether or not it would be just like a lucky guess. Yeah, I think I screwed up. Yeah, no, that was a bad idea. Alright, red flames on launch. Yeah, I'll show you. The tutorial. I'm kind of trying to mimic the tutorial, which I'm not very good at. Air resistance. I guess it could well be. Training. Go for orbit. So, this is the tutorial ship, which has better stuff than I've got. Got 1.5 fuel, 2 big fuel. It's got... that's on 65, and I believe that's on 50% thrust. That's on 65. That's on 100% thrust. So I've got mostly the same. I don't have AVR8 winglets. And I don't have battery and solar. And I don't have the little thrusters. This is 1 and a bit, does it? So on my radar here, it's going to have a pink thing that I'm going to basically follow. And I try and copy it best as I can. So about 70 meters per second, we start lowering. Go to 70. I think we hold at 70 for a bit. Might be climbing too soon. Changing my angle too soon. Wow. I'm still only on 60 when I'm dropping the thrusters. Got thrusters at 60. I wasn't paying attention to the rocket. Did it get light air around it? I guess when it starts going red, drop the... I guess drop when it starts getting white air. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Then we kill, engage that, then we hover on 20. And then he wants us to cut at 80 degrees, at 80,000. But he does such a better job at it than I do. At 80,000 meters, that there, I believe, is around here. Wait, is it? Yeah. My 80,000 is always about here. This is what we're doing at the moment. We're going for orbit. Going for orbit. Speed is land speed 1400, 1500. Perhaps this is way better than mine. Altitude 50,000. Perhaps it's 57. See? 64 apparatus. Probably got perfect ring. And then all we do then, we get their prograde thrusters, and then boom, done. See, I can't do that. I'm not that good. Alright, why don't I change around? Let me do a practice orbit again then. See if I can do it better. I'm using the same thrusters. Heard one. So, the only difference I've got is I've got worse flaps, or whatever they're called, wings, aerodynamic stuffs, fins, there we go. I'm using the same, I've got the same settings. He had 2 fuel, I think he had 1.5, didn't he, which I've got there. Speed is 100% throttle all the way from liftoff. So mine, I'm getting my angle wrong, basically. I might be going into either, I don't know, let's have a go. Let's be a bit more... these throttles are set to 50, the thrusters. I've got all the settings exactly the same, that's 65. Limited at, but I'm full throttle paying attention. So it might be my angle I'm getting wrong. I didn't turn, I've got no control over this now. Come on, you beauty. I didn't turn too late. Wait a minute. My ship flip. Did. That's why it wasn't working. Right, let's try this again. I want to nail the takeoff, basically. Right. So we get to server speed of about 70 and I'll start changing. Hover around 70 then. I want to be on about 60-ish when I'm dropping. aerodynamics. I'm losing control. And I'm trying to pull back up. I'm trying to straighten up. Ain't happening. Let's lose that. Slowly. Ah, there we go then. So I am turning too much too soon. So it's all about watching for the cues. I'm going to hover around. Might even be more efficient on the old fuel then. That's a weird direction. So my apoapsis is nearly 80,000 already, and I haven't quite got the curve. So I went in I leveled off too late because I want more of a smooth curve. Because now it's going to be really high. The orbit's going to be really high, and I don't want that. It's just. If I level off steeper, come out. Better. Perfect. Ah, there we go. Kill me engines as soon as. Nah, that's a terrible. I guess that's what we got. How much fuel did that cost? That cost a lot of fuel. You can set a burn now for orbit. Yeah, I'm in orbit now. And then what I can do is when I get to periapsis, I can shrink the apoapsis to get a bit more leveled out. So I've achieved orbit. I wouldn't be able to try for the moon. I'll run out of fuel. So I now need to get a ship that will allow me did I put any science experiments on? No, I didn't. Crew report? No, not even worth doing. Right, so retrograde, full burn. Get down to 80. Go. It's even, Steven. There you go, look. Nice orbit. I can now leave him there if I want, or I can take him home. I think what we'll do, we'll bring him home. 10,000. There we go. I'm on a re-entry course. I'll keep my engine on. I might be able to see if I can figure out how to slow my descent. I'll speed up until about 70,000. By 70 I mean 60. Okay. I'm falling. Which way am I falling? I think I'm falling this way, aren't I? Well. I'm falling that way, so if I burn retrograde, slowly burn retrograde on the surface, I reckon that'll, no, because I kind of feel I need to be marker there. I got no markers other than retrograde. Yeah, I think if I burn retrograde, then I might be wrong, but because I'm falling that way, if I burn that way, I'll slowly... You can set plans, but I don't know how, in the sense that I can't click on it at the moment, so I don't know if it's... pilot or technology, or yeah, I don't know what it is. Controls. I've gone way too crazy now, haven't I? Mode controls. Nope. Map interface. Maneuver nodes. Ah, this is what I want. How do I get it? What I want. How do I get that? Do I need to research it, or is it my pilot? Career. Kerbal experience. Target and maneuver. There we go. I need level 3. Level 3 pilot. And how do I keep getting pilot experience? As your Kerbals get out and explore, they'll experience new and exciting situations. These translate to increases in each Kerbal's experience level and can increase their skill levels. Each Kerbal gains experience from flybys, orbiting, flight, landing, and planting flags on planets. Further from home they are, the more experience they will gain for each. But do note they only get XP for the first time they complete one of these around each planet. So by keep orbiting Kerbal, he's not going to get any XP. So to get all those... How the hell do I get to the moon then if I don't have... I'm going to have to bloody... I'm going to have to figure it out myself, aren't I? I don't get the cheat option until I've done it first off. That's going to be bloody difficult. Oh, hi. I was meant to be, slowing my descent or some such. Hold it, let's get rid of the engine. Might be coming in way too fast. Yeah, so basically, my Kerbal needs to get 3 stars XP before I unlock the ability to click on the orbit. Because all the clicking and stuff, it's... the orbit planning. He needs to be level 3, and he's only level 1. So how the hell do I get more? I've got to get him round the moon. I have no idea how to do it. Let's try and plan some way of getting him to the moon and back safely. That's the key thing. I've got to get him back safely with limited resources. When I get more resources, I'll be able to send him to the moon and everything. Oh, and Voskar, I missed you saying hello. Sorry. I'm too involved with this game. It makes you think. Yeah, he needs to come back alive. Otherwise he doesn't get anything. See, you won't get XP for that because he's already done an orbit. So, it won't count. I know, it's totally picky, right? Why doesn't he learn dead? I mean, what I could do is send the other pilot up. She'll get an XP point, but... I don't know whether to... Okay, I could send drone. I could unlock this and then send a drone. Ideal. Because that way then I can test without sending actual Kerbals. Alright, let's do some of these then. I might be able to figure something out in the meantime. Alright, let's take the 2 parachute ones. Which I do own. Right, cool. Right, so let's build a ship to test this for some science points. So I need to be flying between... I need to be doing load speeds between 14... Basically, I need to be landing. So I need a low orbit ship, so... There we go. Oh. Let's get rid of the antenna. No point in wasting money. Keep that on, but I don't think I'll need it. Alright, so put this on. And we'll put this on. Actually, no, I will get rid of that. That's fine. Yeah, we're doing science. Doing science. before I take off, let me make sure they've got a test option. There's no test button. Right, hang on a minute. Let me check something else. Let's go back to the... I'm going to try something. Utility. Right, let's stick this on. Right. Let me create... separate group. Okay. Let's try this. I'll cut the lines. Right, so I'm flying, I need to get descent. I'm just going to fly straight up. I'm not looking at achieving orbit, I'm just looking at doing a flight up, burn all the fuel. I had way too much thrust. I briefly entered space. Ah, way too low for that one. So I guess... Alright, that's harder than I thought it would be. So I'm going to scrap those two. I'm good at this game. Ooh, what's going on here? Let's scrap these two, take the penalty. Alright, what else you got for me? We want you to test the Mark 55 third liquid fuel engine landed at Kerbin. I have the thud? I have the thud? I think I got the thud. I do have the thud. Alright, let's do that one. That one's easy. So I'll take that one. Take that one. Right, let's build a ship for these. It's science. I need the science to unlock stuff. Right, so let's get rid of the parachutes because they were shit. Right, what am I testing? I need the thud. Oh, I see. Ooh. Actually. And then the flea. So I want two. I'll stick a flea. I'll stick 2 fleas on. I'll nerf them down to, let's say, 30. Because I need to go 40,000 feet. And I need relatively slow. See what that looks like then. Oh, I didn't sort out my groupings. It's fine. Run test. Done. Way too much oomph. Way too much oomph. They are powerful. Didn't nerf them. Should have nerfed them. And they burnt through that fuel. Right. I now need to get to 40,000 feet. Smooth speed of 470. Might be doable. And then I can detach. Actually, it might be doable. Might do it. Yeah, I'm slowing down enough. Bingo! Done. Let's get rid of you. Science is easy. There's 2 contracts done. Come on, game. This is the trouble. He's like 55,000 meters in the sky and I got to wait for him to land. I can try to deploy the parachute though. What is the time? 10:30. I got work in the morning. What do you think of Kerbal so far anyway, guys? Have to let me know on Discord. I'm gonna slow down. Game hits 1,000. I don't know what the explosions are. Oh, wait, I just realised I might be over mountains. That's sea level altitude, that is. Once deployed my parachute at 1,000 and the ground was 900 meters above sea level. It wasn't pretty. I guess like for missions when I'm really cautious and I've got like tons of science coming back, I'll be like, right, deploy parachute at 5,000 meters. Done. Recover vessel. Mission complete. No science from the actual flight, but I got a bit of science from the 2 objectives, so... test the hammer, I can do that. We want you to test the 4875 Spark liquid fuel engine on an escape trajectory out of Kerbin. Oh, that's like literally leaving Kerbin's orbit, isn't it? I'd like to. The one there I could probably do, and that's the hammer. Alright, I'll accept the hammer for 3 science. Not sure about the ferrying this. Know if that's right, yeah, let's do the hammer. So that's I'll use the same ship that I just had. Instead of the flea, I'll put the hammer on it. Where are we? Engine. Hammer is the bigger size. I'm gonna nerf him at 30. Two of these on. I'll nerf them down to 50. And then I will put aerodynamic fins on. Might not necessarily be a bad idea. So I was just thinking about having those side rockets on the side to give me that extra oomph for getting to the moon and back, maybe. Not sure. Right, full throttle. Let's open this up. So I need to get the hammer to 57,000 feet. I have a lot of solid fuel in there. May have made a mistake. Oh wait, I'm only 9,000 feet. Never mind. Huh. out of liquid fuel, and I'm soon to be out of solid fuel. Alright. I have derps on that one. See how high I get. Oh crap. Am I gonna get high enough? Okay, I got the altitude. Just now need to start the descent and fall. Before I... No, I ain't gonna do it. No. Damn it. Alright, let's try adding a tad bit more fuel. Let's try this. I do like the fact that you get to play around a lot with this. And eventually my launch pad will get even better. He says... I don't know whether it will or not. To do the work, keep carrying me, I'll save the fuel. I can alter and adjust as needed. Okay. Wait, it says I'm no longer flying. Or is it because I'm in orbit? Might be because I'm in orbit. Yeah, it's because I was in orbit. Fair enough. Kevin Kerr, thank you for hosting the herd, greatly appreciated. Ah, I screwed up. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Don't cut out the engines. Cut the engines. Keep on flying. So how's it going, Kevin? All well, I hope. Might make this my last flight before I head off to bed, though. I've got to work in the morning. I've got the right speed, I just now need to get the altitude, but I won't get the altitude if I stop now, so... I might kill engines as soon as my solid fuel goes out. I'll kill engines now. Okay. Maybe I need less oomph. Or more weight. I ain't gonna do it. Alright, I need to change the ship's design. What did I say? More weight, less oomph. I'll tell you what, let's try one more flight. Let's try that. Ship's beautiful, mate. I'm trying to... I can't get to the moon at the moment, so I'm accepting contracts and researching scientific stuff. Might have to ask Kay or Frantic Girl. Bloody hell, do I get to the moon? Gone too steep. The interview was okay, thank you. Job isn't quite what I thought it would be. Terrible idea. Build the thrust on that. Okay. If I boost the thrust on that. See, I know how to fly a rocket. Ah, I can't do it. I need to do it. Yeah, no, the interview went really well, thank you. I think I impressed them with a few of my questions and confused them with some stuff. They asked me what I know about the company. I basically told them more about the company than they knew, which I'm not quite sure how to take that one. Is that bad on my part? Did I do too much research? Don't really want to show up your potential boss, do you? And then one of the questions I asked as well at the end of the interview kind of made them go, how do we answer that one? So, the job itself wasn't quite what I thought it was, so I basically need to figure out whether or not I'd go for it if offered. But anyway, I'll let you guys know how it goes. I think we've hit a wall there for the time being. I do have a second one on Monday. Yeah, that's on Monday. Hopefully that one goes as well. I mean, I presumed it all went well. It's just me guessing. Based on how it all went. I'll see. If I get offered both of them, I know which one I'll go for, I think. And if I only get offered the one, then I'll probably go for it as well, but... Because yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna head off to bed. I do have work in the morning. I was up very early this morning, getting ready and things. A migraine and whatnot, which is great for an interview. So I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you very much for hanging out with me this evening. Hopefully it's not been too boring for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I am running a poll as well. Albert's just going to give you the information there. I'm basically looking at whether or not you guys want me to change how I run the stream. To explain, at the moment I kind of do a different game every day of the week. Okay, I know my schedule's been a bit lax lately. But I'm trying to ascertain whether or not you want me to stay that way, or whether or not you want me to just have a couple of games in the schedule and I focus on them, beat them, get new games. So it might mean that like 3 days a week it'll be a particular game. Like last week, for example, I streamed a lot of Dead Island with Cadanzra. You know, I know a lot of you didn't quite enjoy the game, which is fine. You know, not every game I stream is for everybody. But I just, you know, do you want that sort of style of stream, or do you want the different game every day of the week? And then, but either way, whichever one you decide, the games will still be voted for by, well, voted for and suggested by the herd, as usual. Yeah, I'll leave that vote running. Albert is 24/7; he'll always be around, and I'll close the vote at the weekend and then let you know what you've all decided on. But guys, I'm going to head off. So once again, thank you very much for your company this evening. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And will I be back tomorrow? I reckon I'll be back tomorrow. I'll speak to Cadanzra, see if she wants to play more Dead Island, because we're going to be starting a new game. If not, I'll probably do more Kerbal. But I think I need more research, but I will be back tomorrow. Should be an easy day tomorrow, so there should be a stream. You like Kerbal? I do. It's just hard, and I want to get off the ground. That's a bit of a pun, but I'm stuck. This is as far as I got in the game. I don't know how to progress, so I'm gonna speak to Frantic Girl, speak to Kay, do a bit of research, and see if I can figure out how to get to the moon. So yeah, well, wolves. Hopefully we can help each other with Kerbal. Hopefully we can help each other. I gotta get to the moon somehow. But yeah, I'm gonna head off. So guys, thank you very much. Yeah, the mun, not the moon. I'm always going to call it the moon. Just like Kerbal or Kerbin will probably accidentally be called Earth. But anyway, I'm going to head off. So, good night. Thank you again for your company. And if I don't see you beforehand, guys, do enjoy what is left of this week. Good night, everybody. Take care. See you all soon.